Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to my lectures. Today our lecture will be about Kotlin programming, lesson 4. I hope you will enjoy this lesson also. By the way, I'd like to thank you for your interest to my Kotlin lessons. As far as I see it, it's liked, it's accepted, and there are many viewers, so I'd like to go on with this series, and without wasting any time, I'd like to start up our course right away. So in this course I'd like to show you if-else-if structure, and within this structure, of course, there are some variables, and these variables are compared to specific data which can be entered by users, and according to this comparison, it's branched, and if these circumstances are not met, there is a default case, else case. It's gonna be performed, this line. So as I said, it's going to be accepted input from the user, so it's gonna be converted into integer, because this is an integer variable. So let's make it run and see the result. Okay, lots of plugin messages, sorry about that. Just here I'm gonna enter my age, real age, so I'd like to find out. I wonder if what is gonna be printed on the screen here. 59 years old, years age. Okay, it says too old. I don't agree with you, Kotlin. I don't agree with you this snippet. Anyway, as far as I feel myself young enough to learn to teach, okay, that's okay. Okay, and in this example, I give another example for when else structure. Our variable x is a constant 5 here, and we are comparing it 1, 3 odd numbers and even numbers. In fact, due to it's a odd number, it's gonna be print this string, this message. Otherwise, would it be 0 or out of this limit? It's going to be unknown, but this is not the case right now. So I make it run. Okay, odd, because 5 is an odd number in fact. So let's go with another snippets. Let me short a little bit like this. Okay, I here define a variable grade 88. So I'm making a comparison here with more than one options, so as to filter it much more proper manner. So if grade less than 50, so it's this people is gonna be failed. And if the grade is greater than 50 and this is logical and grade less than 80, it's going to be a good mark. And if it is greater than 80, so also probably A1 or A2. That means A1 or A2 his or she's gonna obtain as a result of this grade. Let's make it run. Okay, awesome, because in fact it's 88 greater than 80. Okay, let me show you another while loop, and here structure is while the condition to be inquired, and this is going to be the statement inside the while block, and this is out of concern in fact here, and here our variable x is going to be inquired as long as it's less than or equal to 5, print line, and after this printing process procedure method, x will be increased by 1. So just as you can see, it's gonna be print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 including, because there is an equality beside less than comparison. Okay, just as I said, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be printed out, and when it is greater than 5, for example 6, it's not gonna walk this branch. So just here we go on with do while loop. Just made a mistake here at least once. Okay, and as you see, within do block statements take place, and after that there is a inquiry comparison, and this is the condition to be observed, and this is the structure. Okay, just it's a hint to give an idea what we are doing here, and our variable x equals to 5, and within the do block print line x will be existing, and after that there is a notation for decrease by 1. So at the end of this do block, I have to make a comparison, an inquiry whether it is greater than 0 or not, because it decrements in fact, and this is simple. Okay, just as you can guess, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 will be printed. 0 is not printed because in our comparison we are saying that we are asserting that it's greater than, it must be greater than 0. This was another example for controlling procedures in Kotlin. And here is another example for break and continuous structure. Once again, within do loop, okay, I apply a print line method, and after that I decrease our variable. I decrease the value of our variable, and this is a logical comparison. In fact, if x equals to 3, so that it's gonna give a true logic, one logic, it's gonna be break and stopped, of course. And if this comparison, the result of this comparison does not equal to 1, that means 0, okay, it's gonna going on like this, and while x greater than 0. So just you can imagine x when x equals to 3, it's not going to be printed out, so the other elements, all the other elements will be printed out, including x, starting from 5 up to 1 including 0 is not. Just I'd like to show you one example here. Okay, 0 is not included because while loop just limits the path to 0 value of x. Okay, this was another example for while do loop. And here again I go on with while loop, and within while loop I make a comparison so as to give an example for continue. Previous example was regarded with break, and this is another one, continue. Break simply stops the procedure or execution of snippet, and this just allows it to continue, and all the other things are same, just we can run it, see the result. So just as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 is omitted, skipped, and 4 and 5 is printed. Okay, whenever the value of x equals to 3, it simply continues. There is no printing, and it becomes 4, and 4 is printed, of course. And here another example for array of function, a library function. That can be array of byte array. It can be byte array, short integer array, or integer array of structure. This is the methods. Just this is my string. Okay, 1, 2, 3 with 3 elements. So line by line, I'd like to print out the contents of this array by mentioning its index. This is index 0. Okay, this is index 1, and this is index 2. Okay, as we expected, 1, 2, 3 will be printed out in separate lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This example corresponds to integer array. Our array may contain other data types such as byte, double integer, long integer, etc. And here I'd like to talk about ranges. Range to parenthesis function. Here I define a range, my range, so as to start with 1, range to 10, 1 and 10 inclusive. This is important, and this is another range. This is another example for decreasing range. The keyword, specific keyword for that, down to uppercase. Decrement range, I just define, create another variable here, like this, and 8 to 2. So 8 and 2 will be inclusive. So after that, I'd like to print out my range and my decrement age. My decrement age, just for the sake of perfection. Okay, just I can change like this, and after that, when I run this, oops, come on. Okay, first range, my range 1 including to 10 is printed here. Okay, and here 8 down to 3, step 1 is displayed here. So just we can mention here increasing step or decreasing step. It is an option for that. Let's go on with another example. I here give this example once again. One to 10. Okay, guys, this is the end of lesson 4 for Kotlin with JetBrains-IntelliJIDEA IDE. Thanks for your watching, and I'd like to thank you. You're watching once again. Bye bye.